Hey everybody, so thanks again for coming back to another episode of Money Troubles. I'm Lance, the Game Master. To my right we have the always beautiful Greg playing.
Frank Grabowski. I am a human mechanic, and I have been shanghaied out of prison
Yeah.
and recruited into this crew of misfits and vagabonds.
I love it. To his right we have good old James Holt. James, if you want to describe your character.
Playing triple decker holodeck. She got upgraded to a freebooter armor, which is way better than what she had before, but she still sucks at fighting.
Hey, but it's on the inside of what counts. No, it doesn't. It's on the outside, people. Directly across from triple decker holodeck or James Holt, we have the always lovely Evan.
Hey, I'm Evan. I play Baylor Corva, the goodly priest of Abadar and the healer of the group.
And he's also a star of 20-Sided Night, so give him a hand. Psych. And then we also have...
I was ready.
Oh, I know.
We also have we have the young, the beautiful... explain yourself.
My name is Dylan. I play a character named Jonah, who is a level 5 mechanic android.
Nice, dude.
Same situation as him, but I'm half machine, and people can't tell the difference between what's an android and what is a cyborg.
And today's and so before we begin, I just want to ask you all to like, share, and subscribe. And today's episode is brought to you by not going to your AA meetings. So who wants to catch us up to what happened last time for a point of inspiration that I'll find probably?
Much blood was shed.
Okay.
We took a journey into a town. This town was full of ingrates, to which we bowed them low with much gunfire and turrets, lots of turrets. And so now, assumedly, we are cleaning up the mess or leaving.
That's correct. Also, I like that. I like the phrase "bowed them low."
Yeah.
They're ingrates. Why are they ingrates? Because they were there and they didn't bow to us. I don't know.
Well, I mean, I figured Abadar would be pleased with us bowing them.
I mean, he's all about like civilization, like having a stable society.
You did like erase religious runes and stuff. I mean, there was definitely some subversion going on.
Yeah, they're trying to teleport in this and
Yeah, so now all there is left now is the storm. It's swirling. You can hear the gusts kicking up against the walls. So it's howling between the area that you're in. You still can't see too far away. You can see your vision stops at less than I want to say half a mile out. But you are able to make out the buildings. They're round facades. They're long rectangular windows. Just triple deck from your knowledge of learning the language so far. There's a pharmacy nearby that was in that first turret that you took care of, and the building that had the wall destroyed. Was over here somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was that is wide open, and that'd be a sort of like a general store, like a Five and Dime or a Wawa's.
We don't sponsor them.
Share the knowledge with the
Wawa's not a real store.
Oh, good.
I mean, totally real store.
right. Yeah, it's just not in this part of the country.
How dare you?
Wawa's? Really?
Yeah, I think it's like
Where my country go?
Yeah.
Like, comment, or subscribe and put it in the notes.
yeah, much like Wyoming.
Tell us where it is.
Yeah, much like Wyoming, Wawa's doesn't exist.
And if you have a Wawa's near you, leave it in the comments. But yeah, so what are you all doing in the chilly environment so far?
So we're pretty separated. Do we want to gather back up, or do we want to check where where the corpses are? Or? I don't like touching these corpses.
I mean, they're gross. They're ugly, but
And I don't want to get infected.
I mean, listen, it's like dealing with any alien,
Oh, we do need to check them for those vials.
Yeah. What I was going to do is I want to be searching the bodies and seeing if I can recover any of those med kits with those blue vials in it, with that blue flower material that we need to help good old battle. Oh, Koala Sun is the horizon, born of battle and gold, doomed to die.
Oh,
That is correct.
Oh, thank you. So I know we got like
Thanks, dude.
one sample of it so far, but I want to get as much as I can because.
Give me a perception check
Okay,
for setting up.
Yeah.
All right, let's see here. So that's going to be a 19.
Okay, and describe to me how you're searching. What you're searching for. We already know what you're searching, but describe how you're searching for it, what you're doing, things like that, please.
So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be going to each of the bodies. I know we burned some of them. I'm going to be sort of going through the remains, sort of tentatively touching it first to make sure that it's not hot. So I'm going to burn my hand, kind of like touch cough mode, like really quick. And if it's not like it was way too hot, I'm going to like sift through the remains, and then for the ones that these two got on the turrets and just gooified, I'm going to go through and see if anything, any of their equipment survived or anything like that.
Okay, so when you with your higher perception, you did also notice Hank roaming around looking for something, and he's speaking to just somebody who looks off in the distance. That's the little communication unit.
Thing.
He's been burning the body just sort of idly, but he's taken time to take this call. He sort of whispered, and it's hard to hear over the storm.
All right.
But as you find that there is one small box.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like the same It looks like the same rectangular box you found previously, where you did find more of this powdered matter.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so.
And there's another basic med kit with this.
Alright, so I have two of them then.
Cool beans. And is this pharmacy just like blown the hell? Or is it still kind of standing with bits?
So this one was the one that took structural damage from the cannons, except for up top. So for the most part, it is fine.
I just kind of tell, can we still understand him?
I believe that whoever was using share languages, they redid it, right?
Well, because it lasts for a day, and from what I understand, it's still the same 24 hours. And what it does is, so when I use it on him, he's able to understand. So basically, what I do is when I use it on someone, they can understand up to 3 languages. I believe they can read it as well, but they can understand up to 3 languages that I can choose from to speak, and I can, I only speak 3, so I can choose either of them. Also, I just said, why not? He can speak and understand Dwarven, Common, and Celestial for 24 hours. So.
And so, can he also speak it, or just know?
Yeah, he can. Speak
Okay,
it.
well then great. So that's your answer.
I just kind of go to him, and the medicine it's just in a bottle, right?
Well, this brown, it's like if you open up like the first aid kit that I keep in my car, so it has things like gauze, pairs of scissors, it has a small probe, a little it has this, and then along with the various accoutrement of this stuff, it also has the vial of this as well. It's not just like this in a box.
I just kind of tell him that I'm going to go inside the pharmacy to see if there's any equipment. Because I'm thinking maybe if we can't find any more of the medicine here, we can probably attempt to either make it or at least get the ingredients so we can make it on other worlds and whatnot.
Okay, so he turns off his communicator, just about like he has it on his wrist, closes it, and he follows you inside. He doesn't say anything, but you can tell by his eyes goes with you.
Because he probably knows how to use the doohickeys more than I do. Like, I can probably figure it out, but it'd be the equivalent of like you knowing your remote versus me trying to figure it out.
Yeah. So as he follows you, he's gonna ask, why are we wasting time in here? If you're hurt or injured, we have the supplies that we need. I say we press on. So it says to you directly, out away from everybody else.
If this is a medication that can somehow heal this person that has this super deadly disease, wouldn't it not be a good idea to have this cure for, again, this strong disease?
Look where you are, son. We're not in their territory. We're in ours. We don't carry this junk here. This is illegal in this part.
Right.
You're not gonna find a convenience store with that. As he's getting visibly agitated with you,
All right.
at the notion of that this would be here.
that the medication would be here? Or?
Yeah, like the powdery stuff that all the blue guys are carrying,
Yeah.
that would be somewhere in Doorknob soil.
I meant like.
I'm sticking to that name.
No, this thing. I hope we're not just getting space heroin for bitch. Like, oh no, I have a sick kid. She needs medicine. Wink. And he's like, yeah, I need that medicine. Papa, I'm so sick.
He's like, but there's nothing wrong with me. Shut your fucking mouth, kid.
Daddy needs his juice.
It's like, it's morphin' time. Bam!
At this point, knowing that it would be good to do the research, but at the same time, he's kind of the warden that's letting us walk around. I'll be like, very well, we shall leave and regroup with the others.
Okay. He he picks back to his communicator. He's watching you walk away. But that's about it.
Okay.
When I see that,
Uh,
when I see Hank watch the new guy walk away.
What is your passive perception?
That's bad.
Because again, it's sort of storming out.
Bonus perception.
10 would be enough to see it since it's not that far. It'd be basically like if it's like a really bad storm, and well, no, 10 wouldn't work. So give me a perception check to see. Since you're like looking.
With
I'm trying to. If I see, I would be looking to see if Hank is checking him out.
Okay. Then I would also in a sense
Physically.
motive.
Oh no.
9 for perception.
Also in a sense motive.
That's a 1.
Yeah, you don't notice. You just see the figures of them turning around, but other than that, it's interminable.
That's Russian.
So as he's maybe about 20 feet away from this door, then Hank begins to follow. Where are we going? No, you did it. So we're gonna go with that.
So, I mean, we had this nice battle. We're kind of in the city. I'm interested in maybe gathering some resources because everyone's kind of looking for stuff that they can use. So, I'm looking for like salvageable metals for me, like craft items.
Okay. Give me a physical science check, and also where are you looking for this?
First of all, near the turrets, like, is there anything I can salvage from the turrets per se that'll so we can craft weapons later or
What if you took
use
those
stuff for our
turrets?
what? Or can we take the turrets?
If
I
you
mean, that's
take a
good.
turret and attach to Karen.
Oh, we could improve Karen. That's what we're looking for. I do have Karen with me.
You do. So looking at this, it's like the turrets themselves are the size of my car,
Yeah,
and so Karen's the size of
a vending machine.
Yeah,
so
vending
it'd be like
machine.
putting an Avenger cannon on that.
yeah.
Right.
So it may be a little tough.
Right.
So that she has enough force to stand our
But
Give me a
I
physical
could look
science
at,
check.
but like turrets usually have like armored plating.
Yeah.
So like I could look for upgrading her armor.
Yeah. So give me a physical
Things like
science
that.
check.
So she can be the
So
best.
I'm looking mostly around
So
the
the
best
machine.
vending
machine
machine.
turrets and around the bodies, maybe
If
like
you don't have exact change,
maybe scrap metal from the buildings. is
Okay.
the thing I'm looking for. So
And she will protect
I don't know why I'm like holding them all.
the beef jerky
Physical
supply.
science is. We're just gonna do that.
thank you. You have one more. And I'm pretty liberal with these.
That's much better. And then physical science is on top of that. Wow, can't do math.
What's your bonus?
27.
Oh.
No, 20. Probably. 25.
Cool. So yeah, that's more than enough to sort of know that you can definitely peel away layers of this turret. A lot of it is sort of things like there's supplemental like munitions cache next to it that you can probably do without. You probably figure that out as you go. There's armored plating to it. You probably don't need the chair. There's things that bolt it to the building to keep it stable. There's other things like sensors. What other things do you think that would be applicable here? What other or give me a case for how you are going to use that knowledge to salvage this turret.
Right, so with like the turret, like the ammo is a really good thing because like there's the gunpowder, the round itself, the casing. Any of those could be either good metals or could be, the explosives themselves could be used to make grenades. So like those things I'm probably gonna take salvageable ammo.
Yeah, you definitely can salvage those. It is an alien world, so it's not just like, yeah, it's made out of steel.
No, I'm
But-
thinking more the raw components.
Hmm?
More the raw components. I would break them down later.
Oh, okay,
So I
yeah,
need
yeah.
a still one.
Yeah, so you can definitely salvage that. You do have, let's say, about 2 bulk worth of, 3 bulk worth of the explosive
Okay.
parts of it. And you can salvage maybe an additional 3 bolts worth of the metal, the casing and the cap.
Wow, that's a lot of salvage parts. Nice.
Yeah. As well as if you want to go full on Detroit Man, you can salvage the copper, like the different copper wiring, as well. And like
well,
the
I mean-
electronic components to it.
Karen is an android, so I do want to.
Wait, are you
You
saying?
gotta feed her copper wire
I
eventually.
do. Yeah, she does need to eat.
Yeah.
Wait, are you saying that there's houses that sell copper wire and no one's plucked them yet?
Yes, but again, this ain't space Detroit.
This is like these people have just been freshly killed. It's
Yeah.
not like it's been a war zone for 3
Yeah.
years.
Listen, they've been nukes. They're far better off than Detroit.
Yeah.
So
Sorry,
these are
Lily.
irradiated explosive parts.
So, is there anything else anybody else is doing here? As Hank is becoming visibly impatient, he hasn't told you all to scuttle on yet, but he is sort of looking around, communicating on his device, and he's just like surveying the area.
After I would have found what I can found for that extra component for that thing that Vishiak needs for that, the thing to help, because I believe part of it was like, yeah, she's got a curse, and this is one of the things that can help with one of the many curses she has, both physical and magical. So after I have that, I'm going to walk over to Hank and I'm going to say, well, Hank, we helped save your friend, so get a ride back close to our ship, or...
He's still looking around. He looks down at a freshly dead body of one of these Hellgas,
Oh, Hellgas, okay.
and he's burning.
Mhm.
And he says, I could help you go back, but I'm assuming there's a little bit more to what you're looking for here.
No, we just really only came to the planet for... And I hold up like part of the med kit with... Because I'm using like the med... one of the med kits for just that flower, because the other stuff is... It's like, I don't know what sort of alien, medicines, like I'm not a doctor, but I wouldn't put some, I wouldn't take dog pills just readily if I was really sick.
Now, hold your
No, but-
horses. Which one of you is a medical expert around these parts? I feel like they would be the best ones to speak to.
Who's got the highest med?
Well, I mean,
And he's gesticulating how I am.
Also, Tyler's character was the doctor,
I
but...
don't know who the hell that is.
Mine's pretty high, actually.
What's
Yeah.
Surprisingly. It's a bonus.
No, but I was just saying, just I'm not carrying around 2 med kits, I'm just using
Okay.
one of them to
Yeah,
carry around
nice.
the vials, and I pull one.
Wow,
It's
can't
like, we
believe-
only came to the
Mine's
planet...
mine, so the soldiers are the
I'm
doctors.
listening.
Yeah, we only came to the planet for this. We just need a sample of it to cure. There's a child who's got a lot of curses. Like,
As
I'm
you
impressed
explained.
she's alive. Like, I'm impressed she's still alive. But we need this could help break one of the curses. It could be used as a ritual or a potion. I have to research further, but I do know we need this.
So what if you get back to your planet and say you don't, and so you have this, but you don't have a control or I don't know. I'm not the best medical expert, but any sort of clicking. So am I.
Peer-reviewed
it's-
science tests.
No, not that. A specimen who has gone under the effects of this, or even an unprocessed version of it.
Well, I mean, he's just in orbit. Like, I know you. I think earlier you said that they could still sort of see Vishyak's ship because you said he was in low orbit and
And he's
a
sort of-
Manhattan-sized ship.
Yeah.
It's like, see that?
Yeah.
That's where the guy who sent us is. So worst case scenario, we just sort of fly back in the shuttlecraft we had.
As you look up, the storm is covered with
Yeah,
planes. You
well,
can't see.
remember that other ship that was up there?
No.
It's like a few days ago. It was big. It was on the TV. You guys nuked us because of it.
Oh, right, yeah. He seems out of it right now. He really, like, Hank does.
Yeah. So, I mean, I can give it to Vishyok, and once we, confirm it pretty easy. Once we do that, we can say, if not, let's come back and get some more. But
Well, I guess y'all got the part you're looking for, so hope your engine goes well. As sort of staring off into the distance. You do also notice that this Sergeant Boom is nowhere to be seen.
Sergeant Boom.
Oh yeah, remember the other guy who was talking on the radio? It's like, I'm gas home.
Oh,
Yeah, he's nowhere to be seen.
boom.
Yeah.
Power.
What's Boomhauer?
Like, well,
But he doesn't like impede your path.
We were supposed to kill that guy.
kill who?
We were on an assassination mission. We haven't done that for these guys yet. I feel like they might have a problem with us leaving. These guys tend to not like when you don't do so, or you do something against what they want. You know, they imprisoned me just because I touched a machine.
Yeah.
Arguably, it had a demon in it.
But he's saying that we can just sort of walk on off back to the craft we have.
True, but prison.
But
I'd rather not have a probe up my anus again.
well, okay, get that. But also,
Really?
we can get you off this rock. You know, me and Triple Deck have a thing that can just get you off this rock, godforsaken rock.
And like you said, if we need more parts, we'd be coming back here, right?
Well-
Where the prison is.
Okay, we can just.
Subtle.
Kind of helps. Kind of makes it hard to come the second
Okay,
time.
okay. While we're like fine, I want to make an arcane check to see if, because I remember because way back months ago when we were where we were doing this and Bishop was telling us about this.
Mm-hmm.
I remember I was doing some research as we were traveling here,
Mm-hmm.
and memory serves I did pretty good in researching this stuff. I want to do an mysticism check to see if this will work for.
Okay, go for it. And if what will work is bring this
If the samples I have will work, I'm gonna redo that because. Okay, so that is going to be a
Good job remembering all that. So like the,
mighty. Oh man, only like a 17.
Ah.
Yeah, 17. Yeah.
Off what Vishyok told you, and just by way of just by the information that what Vishyok told you, as was these people using this to heal themselves, especially bring themselves back from the dead, be more to a state that's more vigorous from before. You do know that this may work, especially to somebody that probably has no real resistances to it. Like how smallpox really beat the shit out of the Native Americans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, great grandma, but they really did. It'll probably be something like that where it's extra potent against her. But whether it's safe against her because you've seen the after effects, or if it will have the intended effects that it will have, who's to say?
Yeah. But from what I'm just gonna try to gather, see if this is what we came for. So we can say, Bishop, here it is. You have a inside starship. You can probably find better researchers than us. We're gonna go back
Okay.
to Absalom.
Okay.
So as I sit down and do that for a couple minutes, say, all right, guys. So yeah, this is what we need.
I'm gonna ask Hank why we're here rather than where the guy we were supposed to kill us.
Well, you understand, Boom had very important intelligence. Where
So
And sort of
Boomhauer's the
trailing
only
off.
one that knows where he
he's
was.
sort of trailing off, like as he's talking to you, like looking like through you almost.
What's behind me?
You can look.
Don't be a look.
There's nothing behind you. Like as if like I say I'm talking to you right now and I'm just giving you this stare where I'm like putting my body in your direction,
Yeah.
but I'm not really looking at you. He's sort of doing that, and he doesn't really complete any sentences right now. And you can like sort of hear his voice like almost as if it sounds like he's talking. Like it sounds like he has something in his mouth when he's talking to you, like that he's trying to.
Guys,
bite it.
I'm concerned that Hank is infected.
All right, I'm gonna make a sense motive check to see if
I'm
he's just
gonna
trying
also do a
to shyster us.
check.
Okay.
To see if he's trying to be like a little help.
Okay.
I'm not doing super good, but sense motive 14.
You don't detect any lie in his voice. It's more like have you ever seen Dump Truck Drunk?
No.
One time.
One, it's hilarious and cool.
I haven't had the pleasure yet.
it's the most adorable thing.
Once a year.
Yeah, it's funny. I love it. But yeah, so it's sort of like that, where he's not lying to you, but he's just sort of like He's forgetting what's going on real easy, and he's also getting really, like, he's being, like, kind of, I'm sorry, kind of, like, handsy with himself. Like, he's,
like
doing
he's on
this,
ecstasy.
like, a lot. Yeah.
Okay. So
He's not, like, going, like, oh, yeah, but you can tell like, he's touching himself just a little bit too much.
I'm gonna, guys cover me, but I gotta check
What
this
kind
out.
of body posture is he in? Is he like upright, or is he sort of hunching into himself and kind of holding himself like this? Or?
Okay, so he's doing literally what I'm going to be doing now.
Oh no!
That's a little.
He's posing for some kind of song.
Like somebody who wants to dance at a party, but it doesn't have the option.
Yes, exactly.
Or like is too shy to dance.
That is exactly what his dance is like. What his body's like.
Okay, no, I was just trying to see if he's like, I don't know, maybe he's like, oh, I'm real sad or something, or I don't know.
No, he's doing that. Just whatever you're gonna make out of that.
I want to do a medicine check.
Okay, how are you doing this? What do you do? Like, how are you checking?
I'm
out?
checking like his pupil dilation and like check his reaction times down
Okay.
by his ears and that kind of thing. I'm just gonna like general.
Do you tell him what you're doing, or do you just go into it?
Boom! How?
Well, I mean like, hey, let me look at your eyes real quick here.
Okay.
And then the snap check I'm just gonna do.
Okay.
But you know just basically a visual assessment of his.
And so do it to me, and I'll see what modifiers, I'll see what difficulty class you have.
So, okay, so let me see your eyes, Hank. Let me see your eyes, and then Chipotle. I don't know.
Let's see this is a weird planet, and they greet people sort of strangely as well. But yes, from your time here, that ain't normal.
Yeah. So something is off.
But you can make your medicine check if you want, and or you can just infer from what that was.
You know what? Does Karen? Karen doesn't have it.
No, she has the powers.
She has sensors though.
For a vending machine product, making sure that
Well, no,
it's
'cause-
cold.
I think there were
She
some
has
sensors.
Because it's like a vending machine that's like really good at its job, so it like senses what
Well, you use
It's
that.
like
as
it looks
race
like
you are and
well,
like communicates with you.
Hey
in
there,
that
Vest. It looks
language.
like
I
you
don't
can
know.
use a.
Grave Sinister.
Well, no, because remember you made because you had the AI core, and then you
Yeah.
used you use
have
like
a
the
shade
vending
sample.
machine or
That's just
refrigerator, whatever it was.
Yeah, it's the chassis.
And use that as the chassis or something.
Oh,
but
man, it's
I'm
like-
assuming you some other stuff was
I'll
put in
tell you
there.
later.
From,
Well, yeah, I mean, we had her do like a whole scan of like the
Yeah.
area, and she could tell like where a signal was coming from. So I don't know what the extent of her scanners are, but she has them. So maybe do like a computer check to see if Karen can help me out with this.
Okay, yeah, make a computer's check, and then also what exactly you're looking for. Like what?
Just I want her to narrow her scan on Hank and just make an assessment of like any foreign bodies or chemicals that might be present. That
Is his
might be
cholesterol
different
too
from
high?
like let's say one of the people on the ground that's dead. Maybe there's like a chemical or physiological difference.
Okay, give me a life science check using Karen's stats, please.
What's Karen?
Here, let's cancel.
I don't have one of you guys have them.
Oh, it's in here.
What's up? Okay.
oh, because I can see he's doing basically like a field test. I'm just gonna go over to him because I am a goodly healer. I'm gonna go over to Hank and cast remove condition.
Okay.
So
What is it? Read it to me, please.
except it removes it works like lesser condition except for it removes the following conditions: frightened, nauseated, shaken, sickened, or staggered. Lesser remove condition just if the target is shaken, sickened, or staggered.
Okay.
Let's see.
Never go to Tumblr, Dylan. It's a bad place.
At least for us.
Yeah, so basically it's
People like,
frightened,
I'm sorry, welcome.
if they're spooked, or if they have this frightened condition or the nauseated condition, it just does that more.
Okay.
Let's see. So if the condition is a result of a disease or other ongoing effect, the spell removes the condition but does not cure the disease or ongoing effect. The target can regain the condition from the effect is normal.
And as you cast remove condition on him, he does really become a little easier on his feet. It seems like he's like getting back into his he's getting back into his normal form of being real watchful of his surroundings. He doesn't really seem to have any real idea what happened to him. Like, you know how if you're getting real Kavanaugh at a party, and then like you then you come back from it, you sort of have that memory of, oh no, I blacked out. He doesn't seem to have that.
Okay. Like, hey Hank, so
But he's getting real low. I think he's like back to himself.
alright Hank, so we good here?
I don't know what you mean, but
I've
got my information. I know I've got my information. Boom is taking care of the. Boom is re-met with the advanced scouts, and thanks you all for your. Well, he doesn't. Thanks you all for your intervention here, and if you all like to come with me for the last leg of this, we do have one more bit of information that will be useful to all of you.
What kind of information would that be?
Troops up, the troops up to the northeast. They are handling a. How do I put it in your language? Because it's like he's looking for the. Because like even like if you are sort of there's some words that's lost in translation.
Yeah.
How do I put this? Worm. Giant worm.
And
And he sort of like gesticulates like this.
So I'm going to use token spell because I can make like a little holographic image. Like, I mean, worm like this, I make like a image of like just like an earthworm, and then or like this, and then like a big, I don't know, like the Alaskan boll weevil.
Space worm.
Yeah, like that big thing from Star Wars.
Worms
like,
from Dune.
Yeah, like something like that, or worm, and I'd make a dragon. Sometimes people call them worms because they're stupid, I guess. They're calling it a dragon a worm.
More to the second, but imagine more arborists. Anyway, I'll tell you what. Come with me. I'll make sure that you have what you need to help your child in need.
Oh, actually, we're good with what we got. It's
That?
yeah.
Well, if you think that'll be enough, I won't impede you. You two come with me. The deal we had, and sort of like lowers his hand to his sidearm there, was that I would let him and this lovely young lady over here. Hey. I would show them the way. I would show them to their serum for their child. You two are still working on the prison scene.
So I'm gonna go and say, I'm gonna sort of gather you around and say, everyone, everyone group, touch my hand.
He doesn't let you guys have silence. He stays there.
No, he can still be around us. Say, everyone, touch my hand.
Oh, okay.
And I'm gonna use that ability where if we're all touching, I can.
He touches the hands too.
No, I move his hand away. It's like no.
Boom.
No, he does, and he reaches for his sidearm. These two are prisoners of Doorknob soil, and they will work off their conscription.
For
Hank,
sleeping under a tree.
Here's the thing. You seem like a nice guy, but as sort of, get my hands ready for.
Give me a dex save. Because he can see what you're doing quite clearly. He doesn't know what you're doing, but he has a feeling that smoke bomb is gonna happen.
19.
Okay. The total was 19.
Yeah.
A 19 succeeds.
All right. So what is he trying to do?
He just tries to grab the hand and not let go.
Well, because I saw him out, he's like, Hank, I'm gonna have to insist.
He looks down like he doesn't want to do what he has to do next. But I want to. You have your deck save to do something, to do an action before he does.
What is he trying to do?
Give me a sense motive.
So what's
Carry on.
23?
23. So you see his body sort of getting a sort of more I guess stable stance. I'm standing like this.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, it gets into a more stable stance.
Yeah.
Sort of, and he sort of leans over to
Jonah.
To Jonah.
All right. And how many of his boys are still here with us? Because I don't remember them being here at the
Yeah,
fire.
No.
it was only us and Hank.
Oh,
Yeah, the others have went onward because they
Yeah.
they killed these guys, they burned the bodies, and then they left. Hank has been sort of your chaperone, if you will,
Okay.
and also to keep an eye on these two.
You know the ship's not ready to leave, right?
Well, no, not the one that crashed. We have another one. But, yeah, that's
Excuse
just
me, conversations.
No, that's out of game. But
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I was trying to understand,
yeah, because I would have
So
said.
you have time
we
for one
can't
action.
leave.
Okay. I'm gonna back off my, sort of jump back to my hands in an arcane gesture and be like, come on, Hank, it doesn't gotta be like this.
Okay. So as you
And make a ready action that if he draws, I'm gonna use Mind Thrust on him.
Okay, so are you using intimidation, diplomacy, or bluff to?
I'm gonna be using diplomacy. Like, I'm not trying to threaten him. Like, I'll kill you where you stand, but I'm just kind of like, he's going for his gun. I'm going for my magic. You know,
Okay.
like I have it at the ready, just
Yeah,
so
yeah.
like, come on, let's.
Yeah.
And so that's a natural 20 plus. Let's see.
Remember, with skill checks, there's no
Yeah.
naturals. It's just.
So let's see. Plus diplomacy, that's gonna be a solid 30.
Okay. So he sort of eases off. He sort of backs away. He's like backing
Yeah.
away from you all.
All right, guys. So
Oh, and by the way, he takes his hand off of you. So he's leaned to you, but you do notice that he's taken his hand off of you, and he has a sort of like taken a grenade off of your belt.
A grenade off my belt?
Yeah, he primed a detonator and attached it to your belt while fainting to Jonas, and he sort of like he sleight of handed that and sort of had it back.
So he has an armed grenade in his hand.
Well, no, he
Or he activated it on my
He
belt.
activated it
I
on-
have an active grenade.
You did. He disarmed it and it sort of
Oh.
backs away.
yeah.
So he was.
Oh! That's how we're playing.
It was gonna be spaghetti time, but
Yeah.
he used his diplomacy skills.
I said, Hank. Come
He's
on.
back to. He's probably like the distance between him and Krang now is me and you. So he has backed off quite a
Yeah,
bit.
so, all right, Hank, listen. These two got eaten by hell gas.
Gives you a nod.
All right, Hank, are you wounded at all? Do you need anything? Because it seems like you're going into a meat grinder. Before we part ways peacefully, is there any way I can help you?
You sort of look like. Are you having the gun that you have with
No,
you?
no,
or
I-
do you? No, do you? Okay, so do you have like the weapon that you brought with this planet, or do you have just?
Oh, I think because I gave, because before I gave my pistol to someone else, so I didn't have a handgun. So off one of the Doorknobians, I have a Doorknobian pistol, which I guess works the same way. Because I can get it. But yeah,
It's all different, man.
yeah,
It's like the difference between like a musket back in the day and a Japanese arquebus. They're the same, but
Yeah.
they're different.
yeah.
He sort of looks to a triple decker, the triple deck. Like wordlessly, he sort of looks and he's sort of backing away. He sort of gives you like a pause. You can give me a sense motive if you want to know what this is, or if you just like whatever, I'm with him now. Sort of.
I blink awkwardly.
So okay. So so he looks at you for a little bit longer, and he sort of continues to back away.
Yeah, so your people seem like good people. If you ever want the assist of Abadar or Abadar Corp as a whole, there's some stuff so you can try to get in contact with us.
So you drop a bibble to his feet.
No, because I gave it to him before.
Okay, yeah, you give
It's
him a
like,
bibble.
while
Yeah.
it's like, oh, like what's? It's like, oh, I have the power of the Lord, and I cut my hand and healed myself.
Yeah.
And I gave him a bibble. It's like there's stuff in there, should get your people on the right track if you want to join as a sort of go like this and point towards the the sky. It's like you want to join the. We're always open.
He looks back to his group. Yeah. No, he says to you directly. Yeah.
Everything's smart. And
No,
Gabadar's smart.
he says to you
Yeah.
directly when you open the invitation to him to, hey, if you want to join Abadar, he says to you,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, but also I'm listen.
No,
I
he
was-
walks
yeah.
to you now.
Okay.
Like it's like if you're like, hey, if you ever want to join NSYNC, kid, and the kid's like, fuck yeah, I want to join NSYNC, and he sort of moves to you all.
Yeah. He's like.
Oh, how do you join Abadar, by the way,
Well,
Baylor?
I mean, it's like any religion. You sort of
You got
go
paid
to
money.
services, but if his people want to get in contact,
He
if
takes
his
off
people
his
want,
communicator, he drops it to the ground.
oh, like you personally want to come with us?
That's what I thought you meant.
Oh, I thought you meant like raising your people up to the space station. But yeah, you can come with us. You seem pretty cool.
Alright, so he's dropped his communicator to the ground. He looks to you.
I'm gonna pick up the communicator.
He looks to you. He sort of like takes. Looks over to you. Oh.
So he looks in my
Come
ear.
on, look.
He looks at your
Fine.
back, sort of.
Oh.
I'm looking.
Oh, because it's probably next year.
Yeah, I gotta, we'll have some days to take care of this, but, yeah, that sounds like something I could do. And so looks down to looks down to the ground one last time, like some mighty aliens who does come from heaven on high. I said, "Hey, you want to join the fucking band, kid?" He's like, "Dude, yeah, of course, great." He's been hiding this whole time where he's like, "Oh God, aliens!"
One thing that's concerning me, and not a big deal, but I gotta ask. You seem concerned that he only has one component to this remedy. What's wrong with what he's got, and why would we need another component?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know too much about the trapping, what's going on with this kit that you all mentioned.
Right.
But one thing I do know is with typically with any sort of experimental medicine, you'd like to know how it affects its target audience.
So,
As well as how it would affect others, and an unsoiled sample, if you will.
I kind of look at him across and think, yeah, I think the two of us have the feeling of the idea of using other test subjects to see how medical cosmetics work.
And what would be better than the hell gas themselves who use them pretty frequently.
So
We
you're
can
saying-
capture a life.
we need it. Well,
I'm not saying you need it, but I'm saying it'd be smart to have.
what about the plant that it comes from? Wouldn't that also be accommodating to
That's
it? I
what
mean, I don't want to add to our list of things to do, but like,
Well, that would be that simple.
I'm
That's,
trying not to let this kid die. I mean, I've killed a lot of things here. So I want to save one thing.
Boom. Now that would be simpler to get the more difficult. That would be simpler to capture than a live hellgast, as I'm sure the forest where you've
I'm not going
landed
back
on
to the forest.
before
I'm not
was-
going back to the
was
forest.
full,
It
was full
terrifying.
was full of life. Was full of life.
No, it was just the worst.
What happened in the forest?
Gosh, that point to the skull on my belt. This happened.
Oh yeah, the little
I
bastard.
had to make the Yasaki. I had to make the sort of the gesture of Abadar,
So
which is like,
he'll ask you one more time. Do you all want to follow my suggestions and find these other more ecology here, or would this be enough? For I don't mean to presume upon the wumbo. That's a word here. The wumbo of your scientific marvellousies.
well, I mean, basically,
Yeah, he's making up words that sound smart.
I'm okay. I like it.
Okay, good.
I mean, basically, Hank, the guy has a spacecraft. I don't know if you guys are, if your civilization's mission on space travel at all. Seems like you might be sort of, sending something to maybe like a really close celestial, I don't know, like a satellite or whatever.
This is why I don't mean to presume. If you believe this is enough, by all
He
means.
has a spaceship the size of a small city, so
He looks to you, he understands your example, he looks at the three of you.
so I mean, he should be able to process this, and basically he just needs this, and he can do whatever.
Look, I'm a mechanic. I study science for a living. That's what I do. I'm telling you, 2 samples is way better than 1.
Well,
He's got a point with that. You have 2.
You have 2
two
samples.
of the synthesized material,
Yeah.
or do you have a raw
I have two
plant?
vials.
Right, but I'm saying 2 different types of samples for the same material. That one is going to tell you what the vial does, and the other is going to tell you what the base.
Now I tell you what, if you all give me 3 days, I would be able to prove myself to you all while getting you an unmolested sample of this plant. If y'all give me 3 days while y'all prepare to leave and extract the cells from here.
We just take our ship and come back if we need more.
Yeah, I mean, Vizhyak's still in orbit, so
Conversation's pointless.
Yeah.
yeah, we can just give the Vizhyak, make sure payment's good, get a ride back to
Show him where the
Absalom
forest
Station,
is.
and yeah, I mean, he sent us here.
That's
He's-
okay.
And he's still parked up there.
Look, I'm okay with that. I'm just saying we need to make that suggestion with that because
Yeah, I mean, we'll tell
this is
him
what
not
we've got, but
I'm not gonna
this is where you have more information. We can tell them about the hell gas and we can tell them about the forest. I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
That's good information.
like Hank could brief him if needed. but-
Let's go.
Yep.
Okay, Hank.
What?
Drink. You gotta drink all of it.
Fine, you're not gonna drink it. You do it. Peer pressure. Me peer pressuring. This is where we're gonna end today's session. Thanks for watching 20 Sided Night, and bye for now.
Hey you rascals, thank you for watching our video. click here to subscribe, click here to watch one of our newer videos, and click here if you feel like watching something random. Have a good day.